Hello, my name is Diego Armando Varela Consuelo. I am going to explain our project that we have been during all the semester. My team is conformed by Diego Alberto de Dios Albarrán, Héctor Alejandro Carreola Zamora, Gloria Ivette Hernández Hernández, and me, Diego Armando Varela Consuelo. We start this project with the question, what happens when we drink unpurified water? The human body needs to ingest water for a good function. However, not everywhere exists access to safe drinking water. If you drink unpurified water, it can cause diseases like diarrhea or cholera. We have another big question. Is purified water the solution to avoid diseases and have a healthier body? Okay, our hypothesis is if people has access to purified water, then will be less diseases caused by unpurified water. Our objective is if it could be found a way to purify the water in a cheap way, so all the people could create their own purifier without spending a lot of money, those persons will avoid diseases that can affect their body in a mortal way. Explaining what is a water filter is a device generally made of a porous material and activated carbon, which enables this liquid to be purified, which comes directly from the aqueduct and arrives through the taps. The pH strips are strips made of cellulose that allow the acid levels in a medium to be measured. They are usually used at a professional level in the field of chemistry. The homemade water filters can simulate what happens in nature, where water is naturally filtered through materials such as sand and gravel, and they emanate cleanly through springs. I am going to explain the methodology of this experiment. Our variables are the independent variables will be the 4 different ways to obtain the water. Each one will be observed by each member of the team from our houses. The variables are water from a homemade purifier, water from bought purifier, tap water, and also a water from a commercial machine or a filter attached to the wall. Our dependent variables will be the different levels of alkalinity of the water. The materials that we use are the pH meters in order to obtain the alkalinity from the different types of water. We also use the main materials for the construction of the homemade purifier that are rocks, gravel, fine sand, carbon, and a bottle of soda of 2 liters. The method that we have used is just measuring the alkalinity of the water. The experimental design. During this experiment, we took Bonafont water as a base, and from there, each team member measured the pH of the water in their different purifier for 15 days every day. The pH can be measured with the measuring strips or with the liquid to measure pH, with 5 drops of pH reagent in the pH and chlorine kit, and depending on what you paint is the pH. Results. The data collection. In my case, I measure the purifier attached to the wall or the machine purifier. During the 15 days, I could observe that when filling the water container, it lasts approximately 3 days and conserves the same pH during those 3 days. I could also observe that the pH of this doesn't vary much and is maintained with the same measurements. The measurements of the pH in the different days were 6.2, 6.3, 6.5, but also it concerns the same measurement all this time. The media of the different purifiers are purifier attached to a wall 6.34, the tap water 5.44, homemade water filter 8.38, and both purifier 7.06. We can calculate this measurement with an ANOVA exercise and t-test in Excel with our team. After doing this experiment, I can conclude and say something about I investigate about Bonafont water. I could discover this water is demineralized by the reserve or osmosis process. This water is not really recommended for people with weak intestinal flora because when drinking it is below the parameters of a water suitable for human consumption. The dissolved solids are below what a human needs. Bonafont uses a preservative for pH and hardness is balanced. A Bonafont water after 24 hours becomes contaminated against the rays of the sun or high temperature. When buying Bonafont water, you are mainly buying the brand and not the quality of the water. As a team, we can say our hypothesis has been comproved. By knowing the results and how is the water totally purified with the different pH numbers, observing the results of the t-test taking into account the means of each these, we were able to conclude that there is a difference between the compared means, but the most significant difference is between the both filter and filter attached to the wall. Taking into account the scale of the pH strips for water, we infer that this mention is the best of the most viable to consume drinking water. The difference was between both water filter with media 7.06 and purifier attached to a well with media 6.34. This comparison was the most competitive, and this was because both are purifiers made with some process, with all components necessary to purify the water. From this comparison, we could see that it's better to drink water from the both purifier. But as a team, we recommended both equally, as these are totally ingestible and there is almost no difference between them. In a future work, analyzing the results and conclusions, I could say we can compare the type filters of both purifier and the purifier attached to a wall, because there was a significant difference in them. Although the two are recommended for drinking water, we could compare the different brands of the both purifier and the different brands as well as locations of the purifier attached to the wall, so we could obtain more specific results from those two. Thank you for your attention. I could learn during this project more about water and the importance that is water for human life.